Hi, it's Alison from the Law School Toolbox. Today, we're diving into essential tips for 3Ls who are gearing up for the bar exam.
Something that people talk to us on the phone about a lot are accommodations, which I think is really becoming more and more of a concern for folks, this access to accommodations. So if you are planning to apply for accommodations for the bar, what do you need to do in your 3L year to get ready for that?
Well, I think this is also one where you have to start this process early because they take forever in a lot of states to give you an answer. We've had people who are prepping up until literally the week before, not knowing if they're going to have extra time. That's not a situation you want to be in. So you need to understand everything that needs to be submitted, what you're going to need, and just go ahead and get that done. And because you may have to appeal, there may be follow-ups. You definitely do not want to wait for the last minute on this.
No, and I'd like to reiterate that appeal issue. Some states do allow you to appeal. And if you apply too late, and by too late, I mean very close to the deadline, you will not get your answer back in time to appeal. And I know a lot of folks think that if you have to appeal, you will just get rejected again. And that is absolutely not true. I have seen appeals overturn an accommodation decision, especially if they're looking for additional documentation, which sometimes that's what they want from an appeal. So early gives you more options. And I know it can be hard because the documentation can be really intimidating. You should be able to go to your bar website, download the application, or write to them if you can't find it on the website. You need to find out what sort of documentation they need. Some states have requirements about how long it has been since you've been diagnosed, whether or not you are consistently seeking medical attention on these issues. You sometimes have to get letters from medical providers. It can be a different standard than your law school's accommodation process. So knowledge is power. Get the information so you don't leave this opportunity on the table because you didn't do it in time.
Right. And if you're taking a UBE, you can also kind of think about where you might want to sit if you have accommodations. Some states are notoriously more difficult for accommodations than others. So look around. And you remember, this doesn't just have to be like an accommodation that you've had. If you had an accommodation your entire school career, it's going to be a lot easier to get it. But maybe there are new things that have come up, whether a physical issue or if you're a breastfeeding mom, whatever it might be, there could be things that you don't have a record for that you also might want to look at. Do you just need time to stretch occasionally because you have a bad back now? Something like that, may be worth applying, but you need to kind of look into it, look at what the likelihood of getting them are and what you need to do it.
If you are getting extended time, you should talk to your bar providers about how they may adjust your study schedule or timed exams and things like that for any extended time. So it's a great question to ask your bar review providers when you're shopping around.
Right. And if you are getting extra time, I think you need to think seriously either about starting early so you have extra time to prep, or maybe not sitting for the July exam and giving yourself time to be successful on the February test, because it always kind of surprises me when I see people who are getting, time and a half, maybe even double time, and they think that they're going to study in the same 8 to 10 weeks as somebody who's getting the standard time. I'm like, how is that going to work exactly? You're getting this extra time for some reason, right? So it's probably going to take you longer to study as well. And I think you need to plan for that.
Yeah, I think that's really true.
Well, thanks for watching that one, and come back and check out our next question. And check out Bar Exam Toolbox if you want to reach out or learn more.
Thanks for listening, and be sure to subscribe, like, and leave us a comment if you have any other questions you would like us to answer in future episodes.